Andy Chavez, and today we're going to be going over the new Black Label Society single, My Dying Time. I want to give a big thanks to Clint and Gabriel, shout out to both of you guys, thank you very much, for requesting tabs for this song. You guys inspired this video since I absolutely despise writing tab. So, and I love making videos, so this is how this kind of came together. So let's get started. We're going to start by taking a look at the intro, and that starts off something like this. And that goes on for 2 more measures for a total of 4 measures. That starts with your first finger on 4th string, 2nd fret, on the D note, and then we're going to use our 3rd finger on 4th string, 4th fret, and we play 2nd fret once, 4th fret 3 times. So that's. Then we take our 4th finger or pinky, and that goes on 5th string, 3rd fret. You kind of hold 5th fret a little bit, and then you go to 4th fret. And then you have your 1st finger on 3rd string, 2nd fret. So we have. And then that kind of hangs out a little bit, but then we take our 3rd finger again, back on 3rd string, 4th fret. And then we go back to 2nd fret on the 3rd string. Then we're up on 4th string again with our 3rd finger and 4th fret. 1st finger on 4th string, 2nd fret. So all together that's. And that's played 4 times, and then the heavily distorted guitar comes in, and that's played another 4 times, and then the whole band comes in for the intro riff. So when the song starts out, it's 2 guitars doing that at the same time. And there's 1 guitar on the right channel and 1 guitar on the left channel. And I believe 1 guitar is in 7th fret doing pretty much the exact same thing, just a different location on the fretboard, and another guitar is doing it in 2nd position. So 1 guitar is just playing it like I just showed you. And then there's another guitar up in 7th fret doing the exact same thing. And then there's a phaser, flanger, chorus. I think a phaser. I think they're probably the Berserker Phase 90 or the Zakk Wylde Phase 90 on one of them. And then that's pretty much it. And then we get the heavily distorted guitar part, and it comes in. And all that's doing is it's taking use of 2 different power chords. One of them being just the standard E power chord. The 1 finger power chord, that's your 1st finger on 5th and 4th string and 2nd fret with the open 6th string. And then we have, just a normal 3 finger power chord. 1st finger on the 2nd fret 6th string. 3rd finger on the 5th, the B note. That's in 4th fret 5th string, and then your pinky's right below it on 4th string 4th fret. I'm sorry, saying the fret and string name together with your finger number, it is a mouthful. So if I mispronounce one, or if I'm if I pause a little bit, I do apologize. Just listen to the record and get a good idea as for what the timing is, but here's a little idea of it. And play fast. And then after that we have the main intro riff come in, and that's played like this. And that's played just with almost what we were doing with the heavily distorted guitar part just a second ago, and that's just E, D, E, E, D. 4 strums. And then we go in, the way I grab octaves, you know, different 2-string octaves, is most comfortable doing it with my 1st finger and my 4th finger. Whichever way is more comfortable for you. It could be your 1st finger and your 2nd finger. You know, it's whatever's comfortable for you. Then that's definitely how you should do it. We're taking these A notes with your 1st finger on the 5th string 2nd fret, and your 4th finger on the 3rd string 4th fret. And after we take then we grab those octaves, and we just give it a nice bend and then return with a little vibrato. This riff is a little tricky at first. You know, but just like with anything else, just give it some practice and you'll get the hang of it in no time. So we have, and then we have A, or our G, so. And then we have back to B, A, E, D. Altogether, that's. And then for the verse, we have again 2 different guitar patterns going left and right. And one of the guitar parts, I believe in the right channel, you know, the right speaker, is and that's just using the exact same power chords that we were using in the intro. We start out with the E power chord, move up the exact same fingering on the exact same strings, we move them up 3 frets to 5th fret in 5th position. Grab our, you know, the single finger E chord, or D chord in this case. Sorry. And then we're back to E. And then give it a nice slide. Back down to 2nd fret, and then just do that triplet progression that 4 times, and then we just take our 1st finger and play the 5th string open, and then put the 1st finger on 5th string 2nd fret, and just do that real quick 2 times. So altogether, that's. And then for the second guitar track, we're going to be taking, you know, back with the octaves, you know, however you're comfortable doing it. That's going to be starting in 9th fret on the 5th string, and then your other fingers, whichever you choose it to be, that's going to be on the 3rd string 11th fret. So we have, and then we move up to 12th, and back to 7th, 7th again, and then it kind of slides into 9. And then exact same thing, slide, and then both guitar tracks meet up again at the 2nd fret to do the. So both guitar tracks. The left guitar track. The chorus riff is a little tricky, or at least it was a little tricky to figure out. I learned this song the day that it came out, you know, by ear, tried to get as close as possible for the cover. but I wasn't exactly on point, and at the time I knew it wasn't, but I wanted to get the video up as soon as possible. So what I ended up coming up with was but since listening to it a lot more since then, I've kind of slowed down, listened to it a lot more, and tried to dissect the guitar parts just a little bit extra. And what I think I've come to now is something like that. And that's with your first finger hammering on from open 6th string to 2nd fret 6th string. Really quick. And then it's all on your first finger again, and that's going to go from 5th string 2nd fret to 3rd fret back to 2nd fret. So it's you're going to take again your first finger, and it's going to go on the 5th string 2nd fret, and that's just going 2nd, 3rd, 2nd, open, 2nd, but you hold it a minute, or you hold it for just a second. So far we have, and then you have to figure this out. I can't exactly explain the timing, but just listen to the record and you'll get it. Then for the timing from for this part, I can't exactly explain it too well without making it way more confusing than it needs to be. So just listen to the record and you'll get a good idea of where it needs to, what needs to happen where. But so far we have. But then the next piece is going to be sliding from 2nd fret on the 5th string to 9th fret to the E, and then just doing a 7-9-7-9 on the 5th string. So that's. And then the 4th measure in every chorus, they just go back to the the main intro riff. And then that's it. There's maybe a few, it sounds like there might be one more variation in the guitar track, but I haven't been able to figure that out yet. What we do have next is the guitar solo, and that's. And you can do this with one hand, but if you want to record both of the parts separately, take your first finger, go to 6th fret 3rd string, and then go to 8, 9, and then slide from 8 to 9. So you have, and then you go from 9, 11 to 8, and then 8, 9, 6. So all together it's. Then you do everything that we just did, 1 fret up and on the 2nd string. So you have 7, 9, 10, slide from 9 to 10, 10, 12, 9, and then 9, 10, 7. So for both parts. That bend. I found it sounds closest, at least to my ears, using the 2nd string at 5th fret. For the cover, I didn't have time to dissect every single aspect of the solo. I just went after the key parts, just because I wanted to get the video up absolutely as soon as possible. So what I kind of came up with was this. Of course, you can use absolutely whatever you want to do, but the solo is primarily based in E minor pentatonic, which, when tuned a half step down, is in 2nd fret and 14th fret. Among other different places on the fingerboard, but those are the 2 primary places. So again, that's. much the exact same thing again. The timing's a little different, but again, just listen to the record and you'll have it without a problem. And you know, for those wild E minor pentatonic runs, you can. Yeah, I do encourage you to sit down and if you can slow down the song somehow. You can do that by downloading the free audio editing program called Audacity. You can go through and you can select different parts of the song and slow them down a little bit, as much as you want. So just absolutely just go ahead and learn or create what you want to play basically. The next key part is this. And that's your 4th finger at 16th fret on the 1st string, and you bend twice. 1st finger on the 14th fret 1st string, back to 16th fret with your 3rd finger, and then you bend at 14, come back down and play 14th real quick, and then you take your 3rd finger and bend at 17th fret 2nd string. So altogether that's. And then real quick, just start doing some with your 1st, and I do with my 1st and 3rd finger, but again, whatever's more comfortable for you. On the 2nd fret, starting at 14th fret to 17th fret. And after that, you can create your some more E minor pentatonic runs. And then we have this. And that starts by taking your 2nd and 4th finger, putting your 2nd finger on 19th fret 2nd string and 21st fret 1st string. And you just play 2nd string, 1st string, 2nd string, 1st string. And then you move exactly all of that down to 19th fret and 17th fret. So everything you did in 19th and 21st, you do in 17th and 19th. And you do this cool little lick where you take your 1st finger on 16th fret. And we kind of go off a little bit of a Phrygian bend real quick, and we go from 16th to all on the 1st string, 16th, 17th, 19th, 16th, 17th, 19th, 17th, 16th, and then we go 16, 17, 16, 14, and then bend at the 17th fret on the 2nd string again. So all together we have. And we take our 3rd finger and come in on the 17th fret 1st string. And then we go all the way through that. And those last 2 big vibrato bends that Zach does is, at least to my ears, 3rd finger, 17th fret on the 2nd string, and 19th fret on the 2nd string. So. Or in something like that, it's just, nice, just dig into the vibrato. And then we're right back into the. And for the outro, you just do 4 measures of the big intro riff. But on the last measure, make sure that when you get done with the riff, normally you go. You don't end on E, you end on the D chord. So for all 4 measures. A, G, E, D. And the song's out. Thank you guys very much for watching this lesson. I hope it helped some of you or all of you or as many as possible. Clint and Gabriel, thank you guys so much again, and thank you very much for watching.